Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Have you ever went to the gym, came back from the gym, and a few days later, let's say, you were very sore and you tend to get poor sleep, or you just feel like you aren't getting the best muscle recovery? Well, that's exactly what this video is for. I'm going to show you the secrets on how to get faster muscle recovery. So this one I had to write out because I ain't drawing all of that on the camera. But our first point, it's kind of a no-brainer. Sleep. I know I've talked about sleep before. It is possibly the most important thing when it comes to building a physique, gaining muscle, cognitive functions, physical functions, legitimately anything. Your life revolves around sleep. So I'll break it down a little bit. Most people need to be getting 8 or 9 hours of sleep per night. Now, if you're not getting 8 to 9 hours, you need to go to bed either earlier or you need to wake up later. Because there should be 8 to 9 hours every single night for everybody. There is no way you can be so busy that you are not getting at least 8 hours of sleep per night. And if you're not, you need to be taking naps. Even if you have to sleep during the day, which I don't recommend, you need to be getting 8 to 9. But other than just sleep, let's talk about rest and recovery a little bit. What else can help you? Well, doing a little bit of active recovery. So walking a little bit, stretching, dynamic stuff, active dynamic workouts. Okay. Now, this isn't running. This isn't like full sprinting. You're trying to get your muscles to recover. You're not trying to break it all down again. Break the muscle fibers, I should say. So you'll go for a light jog. You'll go for a walk. You'll stretch out. Use the foam rollers. I know they have those at some gyms. Some people might even have those. If you don't, you can use like a tennis ball or something, or lacrosse ball. Lacrosse ball is better for that, or like a softball or something. But those are all good, like massages, the dynamic workouts I was talking about, sleep. That's, you need to be getting rest. You need to be giving your muscles time to recover. And that time is during your sleep, because that is when all the recovering actually happens. So this, again, I can't stress this enough. Every single video, I feel like I have to put sleep in here. But some people get so shit sleep. Like, you need to get good sleep. If you want to see good muscle recovery, you need to get good sleep. Second point. I know I haven't talked about this one a lot on the channel, but hydration. Hydration before the workout, after the workout, during the workout, doesn't matter. It is important. It is extremely important. Water will wash out all of the bad stuff in your muscles and your body, all this stuff that will prevent muscle growth, all this stuff that will keep you fat, all this stuff that will keep your mind elsewhere. You need to be locked in, so you need to drink water. Getting your electrolytes in. So if you have liquid IV, or if you have Gatorade or some Powerade, something with electrolytes. Does Powerade have electrolytes? Pretty sure they do. But you need to be getting those those electrolytes in, which water will, but if you need to speed it up, those are always good. Add-ons. But it will also loosen the joints, not loosen, but like lubricate, I should say, the joints to where they move easier. It reduces stiffness. It increases muscle performance. That's the big one. And it will overall keep you feeling better. Water is extremely important. And these two run your life. These two run your life right here. This isn't just fitness at this point. These two, if you do not have good sleep and you do not have good hydration, you're cooked. You're cooked. Doesn't matter if you're working out, you're cooked. These two are extremely important. Hydration, you need to survive. Sleep, you also do need to survive. To survive. But extremely important. Can't stress those enough. You absolutely need to be doing those. Okay. This could also be pre-workout meal, post-workout meal. Just eat. Okay. For your pre-workout meal, it should consist of mainly just carbohydrates. Protein and fat will slow down the carbohydrate process and will not give you energy in time for you to, when you go to the gym, you will not have that energy. It will wait. Protein and fat don't digest as fast as simple carbohydrates. So eat those simple carbohydrates. I made a video on it. Go watch it. For your post-workout meal, however, protein and carbs. But where are the fats? Eat them throughout the day. Eat them sometime else. Eat them after your post-workout meal. Your post-workout meal should be within 2 hours after you're done working out. Because that is like prime time for your muscles to start recovering. And it also gets those nutrients in so that when they do start digesting, they will digest when the muscles are recovering. The pre-workout meal depends on if you are when you're working out. And I made a video on this already too. I'll run through it real quick. 30 minutes before workout, simple carbohydrates. 2 hours, an hour and a half before your workout, complex carbohydrates, and sometimes fat and protein too. Like, I would stay away from them, but if your meal has them in them, an hour and a half, 2 hours before. Your post-workout meal should consist of mostly protein and carbohydrates. Why? Because protein will make the protein muscle synthesis go. Like, it will activate protein muscle synthesis. That's a tongue twister. Where your muscles actually do grow. They will recover, I should say. It rebuilds the muscle. So in turn it grows, but it's recovering. Why carbohydrates though? To give you more energy. You just used a lot of energy during your workout. Whether you were running, whether you were working, like lifting weights, whether you were fucking doing calisthenics, fuck if I know. You are burning a lot of energy doing those things, so you need to be getting that energy back. How do you do that? Carbohydrates. Plain and simple. Number 4, inflammatory foods. Now, all 3 of these, and I know I'm not the best drawer, but all 3 of these will lead to less inflammation in the muscle and in your body in general, leading to faster muscle recovery and not being as bulky, like stomach-wise, like fat. We've got cherries, pineapple, and ginger. Once again, I'm not the best drawer. What's in cherries? These are called anthocyanins. What's in pineapple? we got bromelain, and in ginger, we got gingerol. Now, these are all just nutrients inside of those 3 foods, but anthocyanins, they reduce muscle damage, and they also repair muscle, and they lead to better sleep. Bromelain helps with pain and swelling, and gingerol helps with pain. But all 3 of these will help with inflammation. Now, these are all good. Muscle pain, you obviously do not want to be, you don't want to be sore. Maybe it feels good for some people, but I feel like I would feel a lot better. Even if soreness does feel good, I feel like it'd feel a lot better if my muscles were not sore. I feel like I'd be ready to go, and which increases recovery. Once you feel ready to go, you are ready to go. Pain and swelling, kind of the same thing as this, but swelling, you don't want your muscles to swell up. You don't want yourself to swell up. You don't want to look fat, and it would just cause damage to your muscles. And the more damage that happens to your muscles, the more you're going to prolong the time that you are able to get back into the gym. You will not be able to get back into the gym if you have a lot of pain and a lot of swelling in your muscles. Anthocyanins, muscle damage. You obviously want to repair the muscle damage. So it helps with that. That's that's basically what happens when you work out. Your muscles start breaking down. So in turn, your muscles are damaged. These will help with muscle damage. Perfect. Anthocyanins help with sleep as well. What was my first point? Sleep. Sleep is extremely important. I don't think I need to run through it again, but sleep. So once again, extremely important. All of them cause less inflammation. Why does that matter? Do you want your muscles to be inflamed? Do you want your muscles to have inflammation? It will just prolong the time that you are able to get back into the gym. And what is this about? It's about muscle recovery. Once your muscles are fully recovered, you are able to get back into the gym. And I'm not talking about long-term stuff. I'm not saying, oh, you damaged a muscle, and so now you're out for 2 weeks. No, I'm saying when you work out, every time you work out, your muscles are getting damaged. And to reduce the time that it takes you to go back to the gym, to reduce the time in between when you went and when you're going to go back, to reduce that time, you need to have good muscle recovery. Your muscles need to recover. If you start working out when your muscles aren't fully recovered, it will lead to detrimental things to your gains. You will not gain muscle if you are not letting your muscles recover. Muscle recovery is where you build muscle. Why do you think steroids work? Steroids work mainly because they help with recovery. Your muscles recover faster when you're on steroids, which then in turn builds the muscle faster. It just speeds up the process of muscle recovery. That's all steroid does. Well, I shouldn't say all that does, but that is the main thing it does, is it speeds up the muscle recovery. And so if you can just speed up the muscle recovery on your own without having to use steroids, which I recommend, I don't ever recommend using steroids. If you can increase that by yourself, you will have amazing gains. Extremely, extremely quick. But you need to be doing these things. You need to take care of yourself. You need to get enough sleep, enough water. You need to get enough protein and carbohydrates, and you need to, if you care, this is getting really into it, but if you care about your gains, this stuff will help. Make a pineapple smoothie. Eat some cherries. Oh, fuck God. Do something with ginger, bro. But all in all, muscle recovery is extremely important. And if you learned something from this video, drop a comment. Let me know what I should do next, what I should cover. Hope you guys have a great day. See ya.